What's going on, everybody? I'm going to be reacting to a homeowner running in defense of his vehicle being broken into, and looks like the suspect was rummaging through his vehicle right here. And then he heard, the door slam or whatever as the homeowner was coming this way. And so while the homeowner was coming this way, he gets out to make his escape. Now, as this is happening, as you guys can see, he goes in. It looks like both hands on the back of his shirt to tackle him. They both fall down in the middle of the street, right next to the getaway car where his buddy accomplice is the getaway driver and waiting for him to get done stealing to jump back in. And what happens here, guys, is very risky for the homeowner. And, guys, whenever you're defending yourself, always, take into consideration that the person you're defending yourself against, they may have an accomplice. All right. It's obviously an accomplice, and he should have realized this as well, the homeowner, that, it's just a part, not part, but you can see the brake lights just sitting there idling, So be vigilant of your surroundings at all times. Now, right there, guys, it sounds like teenagers too. The voice, is a little high pitched, but you heard him saying help, and he's yelling help to his friend who is actually in the driver's seat driving the getaway car. And he's yelling help to let him know that he's not winning this fight, So what happens is, as you can see, the homeowner is on top and the thief is on the ground. And the ground looks like a little shiny, and I guess that's because it's been raining or whatever, or it might be a little snow. In the driveway, it looks like it might be a little snow, and it looks like some flurries to it as well, actually. But right here, guys, see that homeowner could have put the thief's head right behind the tire as his accomplice was backing up, but he didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? But what the accomplice is going to do right here, guys, you see what I'm saying? That's why you always got to be aware. You got to know the potential threats. You got to know the potential outcomes. You got to be aware of, all the different outcomes, situations, circumstances, right? So as you can see, right, after his friend is like, help, help, letting him know, right, immediately, like, he backs up. He has the headlights on him to see what's going on. He sees them struggling. He sees his friend is weak as hell and not winning this fight, right? So this is what he does. He gets close. He allows his friend to move out the way, and then he just tries to ram this homeowner. He literally tries to run him over. And this is attempted murder. This definitely is classified legally as attempted murder, what he does right here, because a vehicle could be used, and in this situation it was used as a deadly threat. And in the driveway here, guys, what I was saying is, it looks like they're having a little bit of snow flurries and stuff like that, and that's why the road is a little wet, and you can see on the window too. It looks like, just like I said, light snow, or so that's the condition, the weather condition. All right. But without further ado, guys, this is what happens, right? So the homeowner has him by the arm, like the homeowner had complete control the whole time. Like, the homeowner probably lifts weights, probably is in good shape and stuff, right? Compared to this stupid teenager thief, And guys, when I was a teenager, I remember, going out late at night, with people I hung out with, and we broke into cars, and this one idiot who I was with, it was like a convertible, like a Mercedes convertible, and he had a knife, and he just like cut the whole top because the door was locked. So he cut the whole top so he could get into it. So, I was stupid too when I was a teenager, you know what I mean? But eventually you'll learn, and, I never, got caught doing anything like that, and of course I don't do that anymore, you know what I mean? Like, and I only done it for a short time, but, I definitely changed my ways, from when I was a teenager, young and just stupid, because, looking back, and now like, it could really be significant repercussions, man, including death. Like, people don't mess around with their stuff. They'll kill you for it, you know what I mean? And that's just makes my point right here that I've been wanting to say, guys, is, since, as you guys can see, he's using his vehicle as a deadly threat. Right there, he could have crushed him against his pickup truck. Instead of him coming on the hood, he could have ran over him, and he could have went under the car. So right there, that's two ways that he could have died: by going under the car, or getting pinned between the truck and the front of his car. Right there, that's two ways right there already he could have died. Okay, guys? So right here, guys, the homeowner, he doesn't have a weapon on him, because if he did, he probably would have used it, and rightly so, man, because, like I said, that is definitely attempted murder with a deadly weapon. Okay, guys, so legally, from a legal standpoint, guys, instead of him pulling out his phone to videotape and try to get the license plate and everything, he very well could have pulled out a firearm instead, legally, because after he just tried to kill him with that deadly weapon of a vehicle, he don't know if that car is now going to come again and try to kill him again. So it is definitely justified in this situation, in my opinion, guys, and legally. And I have studied, legal aspects and stuff like that. When it comes to the law, and every state is different. So check your own municipalities and stuff like this. How you can legally defend yourself. And yeah, different states are different. You know what I mean? Um, you know what I'm saying? But instead of pulling out a phone, he could have legally pulled out a gun and justifiably just emptied the clip. Okay? Imagine this was a gun instead of a phone. There's still an existing threat, right, of this car coming towards him to ram him. The car is a deadly threat, all right? Instead of the phone, if he had a gun, driver would be dead, okay? And it's all on videotape for his legal defense. See what I'm saying? Because at this moment, he doesn't know. At this moment, the homeowner doesn't know, right? In his mind, you know what I'm saying? If this vehicle is going to come at him again and try to just crush him against the garage door of the house or something like that, right? But you could hear his friends yell. You could hear his friend yell, "Get in!" The accomplice gets in, and you saw the thief who was doing the stealing. You saw him looking. You know what I mean? But now, hopefully, he got his video camera working quick enough, right, to actually try to get the faces of these individuals, right, and the license plate. And I think he might have been able to get the back license plate as well. Now, I know when this was all over, right? I know this guy, man. He was feeling like a real man. He was feeling like a real man. But just always keep in mind, guys, there's two individuals working together, you know what I mean? They could have guns. This situation could have ended a lot worse. I've seen so many different videos in my time, and everything like that, man. And it's like, it's really a risk. So are you really going to risk? It all depends in the moment, but just make sure you're prepared for whatever scenario, you know what I mean? Because even if he didn't try to run him over with the car or whatever, or help his friend in that way, right? What if, you know what I'm saying, when the car started backing up, what if when he backed up right to where he could have a good aim, then he could have shot him, you know what I mean? So you could be in a situation where you're focused on this one individual, fighting this one individual, but his accomplice, you got to keep an eye on him too and what's going on with him as well. Always be prepared, guys, okay? Always have your tools, man. Always stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So like I said, guys, it looks like there's a lot of people home at the neighbor's house, so this is late at night, probably 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? You see the brake lights right here, so he's in drive, but in drive, right? Yeah, he's in drive, but just sitting there, right? His friend is trying to steal stuff inside the vehicle, either that or actually trying to steal the whole vehicle, right? But either way, he wasn't successful, but he heard, the footsteps or the door opening or whatever. You know what I mean? So while he was stealing, he was listening, and it's probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It's very quiet. You know what I mean? So he was able to hear. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this ain't the first time, that this homeowner was a victim. And anybody who's ever been a victim of a thief or whatever, you really gotta hate thieves, bro. You know what I'm saying? We hope they repent, of course, right? You gotta hate the evil, man. God hates the evil, but God hope that they repent, in Jesus' name. But yeah, it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Because when this suspect, he already heard, right, the footsteps or whatever of the homeowner, so he could have had a gun. If he had a gun on him, right, he could have shot the homeowner right here, right? So that's the number one threat when you're running up on somebody, guys, even if they're in your own vehicle, okay? Because at the end of the day, you gotta defend and protect your life, man. Any type of material stuff, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. Your life at the end of the day. So number one is protecting your life, man. If he's gonna run up, you know what I'm saying, on individuals, stealing out of his vehicle, man, he should be prepared, you know what I'm saying, with at least something equal to what they possibly potentially will have, because most thieves and most criminals will have a gun. But instead, he runs, But like I said, that could have been a situation where the homeowner could have got shot right there. You know what I mean? But instead, he runs. Homeowner tackles him. Now you heard something drop on the ground, and that sounded like a wooden baseball bat, didn't it, guys? We'll go back and listen to it again, but that looks like just bugs flying around in the light. But yeah, the street is definitely wet. It looks like it is raining a little bit. You could see rain. It looks like rain is coming down right here. And right here. Like you could see little streaks coming down like this. You know what I mean? If you look closely. So, the second possible threat, guys, is the vehicle backing up and hitting you. But it's not likely, because he would be probably running over and hitting his friend at the same time. You know what I mean? So, actually, the second possible threat is if he didn't back up that far, but if he, stayed, you know what I'm saying, like with like parallel to them, you know what I mean? And then he could have shot around or whatever out the passenger window. So that's the second possible threat. And of course, whenever you're in front of a vehicle, that's why even when I'm just crossing the street or anything like that, man, try to avoid, like in a parking lot or whatever, man. And whenever somebody try to be friendly and give you the wave, don't and when you're driving too, you know what I mean? Don't ever listen to them. Always, actually follow the traffic rules and everything. And, don't just go because somebody waves you on. Make sure it's clear so you don't get in an accident and stuff like that. But in parking lots and stuff like that, man, why go in front of the car when you could go behind the car? Yeah, if the car is in reverse and it's going backwards, then no, don't go behind the car. But most of the time the car is going to be in drive, right? So why risk it with somebody's foot on the brake and they're in drive, when most people are just stupid, you know what I mean? You can't trust them, complete strangers, you know what I'm saying? So why would you even risk your life in just a parking lot with somebody? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, when I'm driving through a parking lot too, why do people always want to jump in front of your car? Why don't you just go behind the car? Why don't you know what I mean? I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, yeah, I'll let people go, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit there all day. Usually when I'm going through a parking lot, I'll just coast very slowly and cautiously, you know what I mean? But it just always seems like people insist on walking in front of your vehicle when they could easily just walk behind your vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense, man, the way people think. And, that's why I say, man, a lot of people are just really stupid, man, for real. But that's going off topic, guys. Let's stay on topic. But I really wanted to get that off my chest. I've been wanting to say that, and everything like that, man. But it's crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? But the third threat, obviously, is a vehicle, which is definitely a deadly threat if used as one, right? Right now, right there, man. As soon as he pulled out his cell phone, as quick as he pulled out his cell phone, could have been as quick as he pulled out his Second Amendment. And like I said, man, after what he just did, using his vehicle as a deadly weapon, he could have easily justifiably shot the driver, not the passenger, because he's running away and getting in the car, so that wouldn't be justified. But the driver, yes, because he's still, in operation of the motor vehicle, and it's unpredictable what and the possible scenario that he could lunge at him again. See what I'm saying? So he could protect himself, and he could justifiably shoot the driver right here in this case. But it's only allowable within a certain time frame, because once this vehicle, right, because you don't know if it's going to go forward at you again or try to escape, right? So once this vehicle starts going in reverse and going away from you, then it wouldn't be justified to shoot. But at this point, guys, I'll show you again. Hold on. right there. He can start shooting right there. I'm trying to see if I could. I can't rewind back. We'll have to watch the whole short again, guys. But you know, when you're legally defending yourself, usually it will be a small opening for you to do so, and that opening is when the potential possible deadly threat is still in existence. You're allowed to defend yourself with lethal force if you feel like anybody around you or yourself is at danger of severe bodily injury or death. Okay, guys. Now, all I'm speaking here is self-defense. Self-defense is biblical. That's why Jesus told us to sell our cloak and buy a sword. In Jesus' time, a sword was a military weapon. I don't know what that sound is, guys, but it sounded like a wooden bat hitting the ground. I didn't see a wooden bat or anything. So, I don't know. You guys write in the comments and tell me what you think. Now, another aspect of this is, in whatever state this took place, the homeowner, is he within his rights legally to physically put hands on this individual as he's just in his vehicle stealing stuff, right? In most cases, emotionally, like most people will, you know what I mean? Like put hands and stuff like that. But the laws vary and everything. But like I said, it all varies and it all depends, in the moment or whatever. But personally, like I said, always be prepared for, all possible threats. But, in this case, man, I feel like it's justified, to physically put your hands on somebody, if they broke in your car and, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I feel like what he did initially to the thief in his vehicle, putting hands on him, I feel like that was right for him to do that instead of just letting him, like literally just letting him get away. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he took the risk of all these potential threats and him literally possibly getting killed in this situation, with all the threats I pointed out in this video, you know what I mean? So I feel like it was justified for him to put hands on him initially anyway. And I think it depends on the state. Like certain states, guys, it's crazy. Like you're not allowed to put your hands on somebody if they're breaking in your car. You know what I mean? You're only allowed to defend yourself if they're putting their hands on you. So, it's good to always have a video camera, to cover yourself. And it's good to know the laws in your state, to cover yourself, just in case, it goes to court, you don't want to have to go to jail or prison or anything like that, But right here, guys, he backed up a little bit, but But see, he stopped right here. So at this point, after he backed up and he stopped, yeah, he stopped to let his accomplice in, right? But after he let his accomplice in, there's still that possibility of him going forward again and trying to kill this guy, right? So he, like I said, he could have justifiably shot the driver and killed the driver right here, you know. And that night, if he done that, you know what I mean? You know, that night the cops probably would have arrested him, you know what I mean? Just because that's what they do, you know. If you kill somebody, but later when they determine, you know, that it was self-defense, and they see the video and everything, he'll probably be let out, you know what I mean? Like the next day, or he might have to stay in there for a week, you know what I mean? Just until he sees the judge, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Eventually, you know, I would say a week at most, you know, and that's when you justifiably have to unalive somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but, you know, they'll arrest you, and really is you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And that's why, guys, in today's time, you know, it's very important for us to take advantage of technology, the tools that we have, cameras. Cameras are even corrupt cops' most feared and hated weapon. Yet a camera is a camera for corrupt cops, and you know, all criminals, because corrupt cops are criminals, you know. But you know, a camera, you know what I mean, and that's why he pulled out his camera. But in that specific, and that's why he has this whole surveillance camera too, you know what I mean. But in this specific point right here, this is the opening that I'm talking about, where you could legally defend yourself. Because right now, guys, he was reversing, right, but he came to a stop. So when his accomplice gets in, the driver could go forward. So in this small time frame, this homeowner can justifiably shoot at the driver, nullifying and neutralizing the deadly threat, which has already proven to be a deadly threat. So he had all that time right there, literally like 2 or 3 seconds right there. But when this car starts to back up, instead of going forward, there's no more of an opening for the legal defense. Okay, but if he starts shooting him right now as he's backing up, then he will go to prison for murder, probably. See what I'm saying? So it's very important, guys, to know the legalities and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, this is a short video, and I think I've made this video long enough, you know what I mean? But it's very important to be detailed, you know, in this stuff. And, you know, just from a little short video, you know, we can make a whole long video and we can learn a lot from it. So with that said, guys, stay tuned. Appreciate you watching, and give the video a like and share. And thank you for supporting my channel and watching. And stay tuned, because there'll be more. I actually have a whole different type of video that I did earlier today that I just got done editing, that I'm going to be uploading soon. So you guys look out for that. And with that said, guys, man, protect yourself in this evil world. Be vigilant. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking who will get devoured. So, in Jesus' name, God bless.